Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. The starters for the Utah Jazz. We've got Jaren Jackson. George is out there with Bailey. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Markkanen in at the small forward. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Keontae George picks one up.
Creating havoc. Reeves loves to stick his nose in there.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
First free throw is good. Tonight, and I'm looking forward to this trade, we're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. 2 of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
And Reeves drops them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Markkanen against Hachimura. Buries the long-range jumper.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
And here is Doncic. Six to shoot. Pass to Ayton. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's George. Doncic with the block.
The anticipation is there for Luka on defense.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. And so Doncic will bring it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's the teardrop. Stolen by Jackson. Kicks it out to Markkanen. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
How about the confidence? Markkanen looking fearless from the corner.
Doncic passes to James. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jaren Jackson. That's his first foul. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play brought to you by AT&T. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Ayton dishes to Doncic. Looking to end the run. Jackson knocks it loose.
And there's that signature rim protection from Jackson Jr., making his presence felt.
Pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Picking up that second foul early is tough. He'll have to be careful, and we'll see how much coach trusts him to not get that third.
And Utah making a change here. Sensabaugh is checked in. Now, here's Doncic. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Reeves. Out to the right wing. Here's Hachimura. Buries it down low.
Looking confident inside. At 6'8", Hachimura is more than capable of inflicting some damage down there.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, pass to Sensabaugh. Now Bailey. Outside Markkanen. They get it again, and Kessler throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Doncic. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Here's Bailey. No scoring in this one. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Utah moving it around. Pass to Kessler. 4 on the shot clock. Jackson from long range. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Lakers trail by 7. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent, it's also about timing.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul, and he's on his way to the free throw line. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
And that one misses. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Yeah, Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, earlier I spoke with JJ Redick. He's focused on Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight, always a big problem for opponents. Coach told me Triple J does the two things we all want, hit threes and block shots. He's won a Defensive Player of the Year, so we're talking about one of the toughest guys to game plan for because he's really good at both ends. Kevin, back to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And Kessler throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Lakers trail by 9. Inside. Here's Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
Gotta love the aggressiveness. Ayton is locked in.
Bailey with the ball. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Pass to Sensabaugh. Jackson a screen on Reeves. Sensabaugh, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Lakers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Markkanen with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Now Bailey. Over to the left wing. Outside Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Bounce pass Markkanen. Here's Sensabaugh. And it's off from three-point range. James in the post. He's guarded by Markkanen.
And right there, you see the decision-making ability of Hachimura. Sets his man up perfectly.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hayes, he's checked in for 8. Now here's Jackson. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Sensabaugh. The Jazz with another miss. Lakers trail by 5. It's stolen by Bailey. Outside, Markkanen. Kessler setting the pick for Markkanen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. With the playoffs on the horizon, Richard, we're seeing some of the top teams rest their players a little bit.
Yeah, you want to prevent injury, but you also want your go-to guy to have some fresh legs. Limit their minutes now. It'll pay dividends in the postseason.
That's good from Kessler. Some changes for the Lakers. Jake LaRavia comes in for Austin Reeves. And it's Kennard in for Luka Doncic. And Kessler drops them both. Lakers trail by 7. James sets the screen for Kennard. Pass to Hachimura. Clock at 6. Rebounded by the Jazz. Last time they met was in Utah.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And a lot of that begins with effort. Putting in the work and closing out possession should make this a much more contested game.
Here's LaRavia. He had 10 points in the win against Phoenix. LeBron against Jackson. LeBron outside. Pass to Kennard. Los Angeles with another miss. Utah leading by 7. Jackson passes to Bailey. Now Markkanen from downtown. And it's LaRavia with the rebound.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Close the alley-oop.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Now here's Jackson. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. And the shot falls short this time.
Usually he's a master in the midi, but not that time.
Now here's Kennard. He's guarded closely, and that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Jazz. Collier comes in for Jackson. Outside, James. Kennard with a screen on Markkanen. And LeBron throws it down.
Roll back that clock. LeBron, the king, still reigns.
Jazz leading by 5. Pass to Markkanen. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Nurkic with the steal. Markkanen down low. Working on James. Markkanen good.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
There's 1:59 left in the first quarter of the game. Now James, coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
You like the activity from Nurkic there, keeping the defense on alert.
The Jazz shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw missing.
He's a big man that loves to get physical for his team. Yusuf Nurkic knows his job is to go battle in that paint.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for LeBron. And it's Austin Reeves in for Smart. Then for the Jazz, Kyle Filipowski's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Bailey. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles, trailing by 10. He lobs it up, and Hayes throws it down.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Sensabaugh. From past the arc, it's rebounded by Hayes.
This is hard to watch. You might want to put the kids to bed. This man still has not hit a shot this quarter.
Here's Reeves. Back to Kennard. Off target from outside. Jazz leading by 8. Here's Collier. He had 10 points in the win against Memphis.
And how about the vision he displayed? Great job getting others involved and piling up the assist.
Shots good by Sensabaugh.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. With 2 seconds left, and he goes in for the dunk.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
A big-time effort for Walker Kessler, providing a lot of energy for Utah. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. Back right after. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Nurkic is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then it's Keontae George. Then it's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Filipowski. And Jared Vanderbilt gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Jazz now. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Nurkic a screen on Reeves. And finished off by Nurkic.
Nurkic not holding back at all on that finish.
Lakers shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Pass to Vanderbilt. Reeves with the screen for Vanderbilt. Offline with his 3. Jazz leading by 17. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. Success hasn't changed Austin Reeves' underdog mentality. He said it doesn't shift at all. There's a good majority of people that probably still don't think that I'm that good. It's a common theme for my life. What pushed me to get here are the people who doubted me. I always have to keep that in mind. Kevin?
Keeps that chip on his shoulder. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Collier. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Collier's got his first points of the night.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
Here's Reeves. Makes it off the glass. Reeves has got 6 points.
Reeves has a great ability to finish, and he knows how to work inside.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Shot clock at 5. It's deflected. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
There's the pick. Laravia misses the 3. Jazz leading by 19. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to George. Nurkic, a screen on Kennard. And it's George missing.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Something Reeves has only improved at, making quality passes.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. James checked in for the Lakers. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for LeBron James.
Well, as your career goes along, you naturally lose a little bit. But he takes great care of himself. He puts a lot of effort into his preparation. And he's smart about picking his spots. That's why he's still a factor out there on the offensive end.
Outside, Markkanen. 11 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Markkanen's got 9.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And for 2 seasons running, Richard, the Lakers have bowed out in the first round. How do they change that and go further?
Well, now they've been able to balance this roster a little better, adding some size up front. That was something that really hurt them last year against the Wolves. There it is. With Reeves, you don't have to worry about his confidence.
Here's Collier. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Markkanen passes to Collier. The 3. Gets a hand on it. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Working hard on the boards, Nurkic understands his teammates depend on him to go after the glass.
No one near James as he lets it go. And the 3 off target.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Lauri Markkanen. And it doesn't seem like the analytics folks are often fans of the mid-range jumper. But, Richard, where do you stand on that?
Well, I think great players have to use the mid-range jumper because most teams are protecting the paint and the three-point line. So for the best players, the shot creators, the guys that need to score buckets, they've got to have an in-between game.
The first one falls. Doncic is checked in for James. The Jazz also changing it up. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Mikhailuk. And Bailey's subbed in for Collier. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Jazz leading by 16. Outside Jackson. And George kicks to Markkanen. The three-pointer off the mark. And Reeves has got the ball here for Los Angeles. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Hachimura, he's checked in for the Lakers. And a switch here also for Utah. Collier's checked in. The Jazz have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. It's George on the wing. He's defended by LaRavia. Here's Collier. Shoots. Another miss by Utah. Here's Hachimura. And he makes good on the layup.
I love how under control Hachimura is. Able to push his way through the contact and score. Nice work.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. Then for the Jazz, Walker Kessler comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Collier. Jazz leading by 11. Pass to Bailey. On the wing, Jackson buries it from three-point range. Jackson's got 6 points.
One of many weapons in Jackson Jr.'s arsenal. He can spot up on you and make it look too easy.
Here's LaRavia. LeBron kicks to Hachimura. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. He's got 7.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Still doing it at this age. Richard, remarkable stuff for LeBron James.
I wasn't sure the day would ever come that we'd actually see him playing on an NBA court with his son, Bronny. Back when I was playing with LeBron, it seemed like a bit of a dream.
Jackson misses. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. LeBron passes to LaRavia. Now here is Hachimura. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You take a look at Los Angeles. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run. And checking out Utah, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And seeing where Utah is, they're focused on just finishing this season strong, playing a solid last week of basketball so they can hold their heads high at the end of the season.
DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Hayes. Lakers trail by 13. LaRavia with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Baseline J on the way, and the Lakers tack on 2 more. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Pass to Jackson. And here's George. Kessler setting the pick for George. No good on the triple. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%.
This is why you can't let Ayton get established positioning down low, or else you just got to foul him.
Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Jazz making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And he sinks the second.
A double-double machine who can also block shots. You won't find many centers with Ayton's size and talent.
To the inside. Here's Jackson. LeBron with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Konchar's checked in for Williams. Here's Bailey. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz with another miss. Lakers trail by 10. Doncic outside. Pass to LaRavia. Now here's Doncic, guarded closer. That cuts the lead to single digits. Hachimura's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Lakers. Here's Bailey. Conchar on the wing. It's stolen by Hachimura. And the dunk by Hachimura.
There are so many ways Hachimura gets the job done.
Jazz leading by 5. Pass to Mikhailuk. It's stolen by Hachimura. Here's LaRavia. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Lakers have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Jazz with some changes. Vince Williams comes in for John Conchar. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. Both free throws good from LaRavia. Utah leading. Here's Collier. Now Bailey. Williams from outside, and it's Ayton with the rebound.
And, you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dunk that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
Look, getting inside positioning is what he wants. Like, once that man gets in there and gets moving, oh, he's going to finish that dunk.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
Austin Reeves is checked in for the Lakers. And Utah with a change here, too. Sensabaugh is checked in. LeBron against Jackson to the right side. Pass to Sensabaugh. Jackson a screen on Reeves. Here's Sensabaugh. Doncic with the block. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Here's Collier trying to get something going.
And it's just encouraging to see Luka step up on defense. Must continue to bring that type of intensity.
Hachimura setting the pick for Doncic. 5 to shoot. And they double up Doncic. So they take the lead. Ayton's got his second bucket tonight.
If you want to throw out of a double team in the NBA, you really have to sell it.
Pass to Kessler. James against Jackson. Here's Bailey. Off target with his three. And so it's Hachimura who brings up the ball for the Lakers. Oh, epic move by LeBron.
Oh, okay. I guess LeBron wanted that one to sting a little. He put a little extra on that one.
So it's the Jazz now. Here's Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. A 17-point game for him in the win against Memphis. Here's Doncic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Lakers.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Jazz trail by 6. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. And the foul on Rui Hachimura. That's his first foul. Los Angeles on D. Here's Sensabaugh. 7 points in the game.
And that's terrific D by Hachimura. He's shown he has the strength and length to match up against almost anyone.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 3 on the basket from Bailey.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the half. Hachimura kicks to Doncic. Hachimura setting the pick for Doncic. LeBron outside. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Jazz trail by 3. And there's the drive. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. For Utah, they have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And here is Doncic. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And how about the passing? We've seen this from him. He's just absolutely shredding the D to pieces right now.
Rui Hachimura has been leading the charge for Los Angeles. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, welcome. The Lakers wrap up the first half in what's been a closely contested game so far.
The pace of this game is suiting them well, and it makes sense. After all, they're the ones setting it up.
Yeah, that's what you want. Establish the tempo while staying under control. They can run away with this literally.
And now, how about a peek at the Western Conference standings as the playoffs come into focus?
You look at Los Angeles, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One guy who's been getting it done is Rui Hachimura.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
The guard pair will be Doncic and Reeves. James is out there with Hachimura. And it's Ayton in at the 5 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Reeves. Good, nice job down low. Reeves has got 11.
Not just a jump shooter, Reeves is also skilled at converting in close.
So it's the Jazz now. Bailey with the ball. Outside, Markkanen. Three-pointer. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the middle, trying to find Jackson. He's got it now. Stolen by Jackson. On the wing, George. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Bailey. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
So, RJ, when you think about Jaren Jackson, defense is the first thing that comes to mind, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Triple J is a force. He's a perennial candidate for all defensive honors, and I'm glad I didn't have to shoot on this guy. Putting on a show. Jackson Jr. showing you what a big man can do at the rim.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Reeves outside. And a wide open look for James. Bangs home the trifecta. 11 points in the game.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Now, here is George. Down low, here's Markkanen. Kessler in the post. He's covered by Ayton. Pass to Bailey. 6 on the shot clock. The Jazz working the ball around now.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
From range, LeBron is good.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Jazz trail by 8. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside, Markkanen. George against Reeves. And the rejection by Ayton.
Lockdown rim protection from Aiden, rising at the exact right moment to deny that basket.
This is his first free throw of the game. That one is off.
A reliable role player. Hachimura's versatility, especially scoring-wise, is what makes him so valuable.
And he's good on the second. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Let's see the stat sheet here for Lauri Markkanen. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Bailey passes to Jackson. They need this, and finished off by Bailey.
And no shortage of agility for Bailey. He just leaps up to the rim.
Here's Doncic. 7 points in the game. Pass to Hachimura. Back to Doncic. James outside. 5 on the clock. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists tonight in the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Right wing. Bailey with a wide open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And how can you not love this rookie? Bailey coming right back with a three of his own.
Los Angeles leading by 7. Now Reeves. 11 points in the game. Out to Doncic. Back to Reeves. They get the rebound. Shoots the three. No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. Jazz trail by 7. Jackson in the corner. To the paint. And stolen by James. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Here's George. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Stolen by Reeves. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And here is Markkanen. No good with the triple.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Doncic against Kessler. Shot clock at 6. Doncic against Kessler. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Pass to Kessler. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. It's going to be Ayton shooting. That's on Jaren Jackson. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Lakers.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Jazz trail by 13. Inside, got a piece of it. And stolen by James. And the dunk by Hachimura.
Creating some easy offense off the steal. LeBron James always lurking with those quick hands.
Utah's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. The Jazz working the ball around now. George finds Markkanen. Doncic with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Jazz shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the 3rd quarter. George passes to Markkanen. Now Bailey. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, George. The Lakers with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Ayton dishes to Doncic. Rebounded by Bailey. Jazz trail by 17. Pass to Sensabaugh. And he banks in the layup. Sensabaugh's got 9.
A nice pass by the rookie Bailey. They love seeing Ace set up others.
Here's Reeves. 13 points in the game. Doncic outside. Reeves with the screen for Doncic. From down in the low post, it goes. He's got 15. The Jazz shooting 43% from the floor. Outside, George. Launches a 3. Sensabaugh, no good. Lakers leading by 17. Oh, Ayton in position. It's George on the wing. He's defended by Reeves. Count that bucket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
LA has gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Pass to Ayton. Now here's James. Hachimura setting the pick for LeBron. Block at 6. Markkanen with the block.
And blocking shots mostly about will and desire. Markkanen showing he has it on that one.
Here's Reeves. driving the lane, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot, but when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Pass to Sensabaugh. And the rejection by Ayton.
With his reach, it's hard to get anything over DeAndre Ayton.
James outside. Now, here's Doncic. LeBron outside. Sinks that one from the post. LeBron's got 19 points.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
Jazz trail by 19. Pass to Bailey. Here's Sensabaugh. He's covered by Hachimura. Kessler, a screen on Hachimura. Sensabaugh, no good on the three.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Reeves the pass to Ayton. Doncic against Markkanen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Some changes for the Lakers. Hayes, he's checked in for Ayton. Vanderbilt comes in for LeBron. And Jake LaRavia is subbed in for Hachimura. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Nurkic checked in for Walker Kessler. Kyle Filipowski comes in for Markkanen. Mikhailuk's checked in for Keontae George. And it's Collier in for Bailey. He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. 1:19 left to play in the third. Here's Collier. 5 points in the game. Double team on Nurkic. Here's Collier. 5 on the clock. From deep. He's off on that one.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First one falls for him. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. Both free throws good from LaRavia. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Sensabaugh. Taken away by Hayes. Reeves left side. To the middle. Whoops, they pick off the pass. To the left wing. Mikhailuk passes to Nurkic. Now Filipowski. Here's Collier. He has 5. Clock at 4. With the drive. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Collier's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
And so it's Los Angeles. closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got George. Nurkic is out there with Filipowski. Then it's Collier. And it's Sensabaugh in at the small forward position.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Reeves the pass to Hayes. And here's Kennard. Back to Hayes. Shoots over Nurkic. Hayes, no good.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And here comes the break. Here's Kennard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Collier. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
Hayes has gone 2 of 4 from the field. Kennard against George. Pass to Sensabaugh. From outside, off the mark.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
There's the steal. Filipowski passes to Collier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Mikhailuk's checked in for Utah. So we can't get either to fall. Well, we all love teams going all in to win. But, Richard, some teams run that risk, and it does not work out.
But that's the risk. These windows are so small. If you believe that you have a chance to go all in, or if you have a 2-year window, it's okay to leverage the future in hopes of getting it done now.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Kennard with a screen on Nurkic. Laravia. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. George against Kennard. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. And that'll be his third foul so far. Los Angeles making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for the Jazz. Nurkic finds Filipowski. Back to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And that's one of the things Nurkic does so well. Absorb contact and still be in control.
Richard, we see such an influx of foreign players. Any concern that American-born players will fall behind?
100%. We have to change our development. We have to change our approach to youth basketball because right now the Europeans, one, hungrier. Two, they have a greater approach for skill and technique at an early age.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
First free throw is good. And you hear about the second apron, bringing both financial and basketball-related penalties. Richard, you think that shrinks the window for contending teams?
It's going to force some very, very tough decisions. We've already seen teams making adjustments to put themselves in a better financial position. Those penalties, they're aggressive.
Both free throws good from Doncic. For Utah, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Pass to Markkanen. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Down low, and Markkanen throws it down.
And rising with such ease, Markkanen likes to get up top to bring it down.
Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely, and Doncic throws it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Outside for George. Markkanen passes to Bailey. Jazz passing it around. And here's Nurkic, covered by Hayes. 3 on the clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it. 15 points for Ace Bailey.
Boy, once Ace Bailey gets it going, good luck slowing him down. He can make just about any shot on any type of defender.
Top of the key, Luka Doncic again. Doncic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Bailey misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Vanderbilt inside. Markkanen on him. Vanderbilt kicks to Doncic. He gets it in there. Doncic has got 26 points.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
To the wing right side. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Pass to Doncic. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
And he knocks down the first one.
He's dialed up his aggression here in the second half, consistent in working himself to the line.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Lakers. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. Jackson comes in for Mikhailuk. So he makes one of two as the second one misses. You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Pass to Kleber. Up top, Doncic. He's guarded by Markkanen. And it's LaRavia missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Outside Jackson. Here's Bailey. Pass to Markkanen. Now here is George. Fires the three. A rebound by the Lakers. Hayes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Doncic finds Hayes. Comes up empty down low. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. In the corner, George with it. Over Kennard. That's good for George on the assist by Markkanen.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And here is Doncic. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their systems.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
Pass to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. Fires for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Kennard on the wing. Here's Hayes. He's covered by Kessler. Hayes dishes to Doncic. And it's sent back by Kessler. Markkanen down low. He's defended by LaRavia. Markkanen, good.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And some changes here for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Maxi Kleber. James comes in for Luke Kennard. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Doncic. Smart wide open, he fires. And the 3 ball is good. Smart's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. George passes to Markkanen. Knocked loose. Hayes with the steal. James against George. Here's Hayes, and it's sent back by Kessler. In transition, here come the Jazz. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And you can see the strength that Jackson has added to that huge frame. He is turning into a monster.
One shot.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but GA much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle, I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
And that's a foul called on Lauri Markkanen. That will be foul number 5 on him. And that's a great look at that slam from our AT&T Connected Cam. Hayes with it. 6 to shoot. And here's James outside. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, Greg. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
To the inside. Here's Smart. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Ace Bailey.
Look, scrappy play has always been a staple for Marcus Smart. He just loves to create contact and get in the fray.
And he makes the first.
Look, Marcus Smart is the pulse of the team. He plays with passion and does whatever his team needs from him.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
This is surely a spot that Marcus Smart has shown signs of being really good. He has definitely improved from the moment that he came into the league until now.
Here's Sensabaugh. Connects from three-point range.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Los Angeles.
They made the most of their free throw opportunities.
They just shot much better, and that improved their confidence, I think, as a team. It was a team that believed they would make those shots.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season, I think pretty much any given night, they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated, 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic. And so it's Smart who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Hayes. And here is James. Just 5 on the clock. Laravia passes to Vanderbilt. No good from outside. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
Luka, coming out of halftime, you took it over and you took it to another level. What made you sense it was your time to take over the game?
I mean, sometimes you feel it, sometimes you don't. I think I felt it in the third quarter. I was having fun out there, and my teammates helped me a lot.
Well, when you're feeling it, we like to watch it. Thanks so much. Congrats on the win.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you so much for watching tonight's presentation. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Luka Doncic.